Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here and you've never seen my beautiful face before, welcome to the channel, you guys. You guys, it has been a while, so I want to apologize you guys for not picking up the camera when I should have. Honestly, I should have had this video out for y'all. No excuses, but honestly, I kind of just took a little bit of a break after summer camp. So this is what this video is about. This video is about summer camp, my experience, everything that went with summer camp and all of it. It was amazing, but we're gonna get into it. We have kind of like a structured video because I want to hit everything. So I want to first start off with summer camp and the whole experience. How did it come up? Let me tell y'all, it was all God, because when I tell you I'm going to my youth church and it's every single Wednesday, and I was not going consistently, but I'm like, I really want to get to that church. It's kind of far, so even that in itself is like, it's God bringing me every single time I go. And then one time I'm sitting in the church, they play their summer camp trailer basically, and I'm like, I have to go. There's just something in me that's like, I have to go. And I'm sitting there with my best friend. She's like, I don't know if I can go. Turns out she can't go, and I'm like, something is telling me that I need to go. Something is telling me, something is pulling me to go. And it's a while because I've never been to summer camp. After middle school, I went homeschooled, so like all this time I'm by myself. I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is an experience that I want to experience at least once in my life, because I know I'm turning 18 this year. I'm like, look, everything is saying I should go. Closer to me actually going, I feel like spiritual warfare. I'm over here fearful. I'm scared of going. I'm like, God, is this something that you actually want me to do? Because now I'm fearful. You know, even when it came to getting all of my clothing, I'm like, I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to do. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Crazy part is, the scariest things that God tells you to do are the biggest things that are going to catapult you to where he wants you to go and who he wants you to be. That's all I gotta say, okay, on that one. But when I tell you, it was I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So the day of the trip, when I tell you, pack my bags, I almost peed on myself. That's how scared I was. I'm getting out the car. I'm telling my family goodbye. I'm like, 4 days, because I was so scared, I'm like, 4 days is gonna go by so slow. I'm gonna be so scared. Like, I get out my car. I go into the church. I'm like signing, a little paper, going in, meeting everybody. I did have someone that I did know. Her name is Zoe. If you're watching this, I love you, Zoe. She is so sweet. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going here. I'm not gonna be fearful. Was I fearful? Yes, but it's okay, because I feel like I'm a little shy when I first meet people, and then after that I'm like, okay, now I can really be myself. So I go in there, I sit down. Mind you, it's a lot of people, a lot of people my age starting to show up. There's this girl that Zoe tells me to meet, which is V, my good sis V. I mean, from the day one, we just clicked, and it was like, God, I feel like God just brought those people that I needed, like people that I just needed to be around. You guys, we get on the bus. Mind you, the bus is nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. A nice little charter bus, hardwood flooring. We got the outlets, okay? I'm like, oh, we living like this. Gotcha. It's nice, I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyways, we get on this bus. We're starting to drive up this mountain, okay? Like I said, like I didn't know what to expect, but when I tell you, it was giving movie summer camp. You guys, beautiful. I mean, trees, greenery. I live in the desert, so to see mountains and see just that beauty of that was just beautiful in itself. We get there, we have to wait 2 hours because we got there 2 hours early, so we have to wait to like go into our rooms and check in and all that. So we're just in this big field area. I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting alone, just chillaxing, not really, doing too much. My good sis comes over to me. Another woman of God comes up to me and she's speaking to me. We're talking and we're just talking about music, things that we're interested in. And God spoke to me then. It's like every moment at summer camp, everything just led me closer to God, because God was truly there in that summer camp. My expectations before going was, I hope I'm not alone. I wasn't saying negatively like, oh, I'm going to be alone, but I was like, I'm scared of going alone. I'm scared that, I'm probably going to be the only person with this skin color and maybe they'll look down upon me. The craziest things were going through my head, but it wasn't that. It was filled with so much love and so much light and so much godliness. So day one, we had service at 8:15 p.m. So, we had time to check into our rooms, and then we had service. When I tell you, service just hit different. I'm not gonna lie to you when I tell you, from the worship to the sermon to the pastor to the vibe of the whole vibe of the vibe, it was just giving what it needed to give. It gave youth, it gave happiness, joy, and I got so much out of that. Okay, then we had cabin time, which I will say cabin time is my absolute favorite. Cabin time is basically an extended version of service. All of the girls in our cabin sit in a circle and we talk about the sermon, we talk about our testimonies. And when I tell you, it was wild because I never had this type of experience together, talking about the Lord, getting closer to the Lord, crying out, and us comforting each other and praying over each other. I mean, hands-on praying for our sisters in Christ. When I tell you, that was an experience that is going to stay with me forever. And I don't want to get emotional during this video, but I might get emotional because that was absolutely beautiful. After cabin time, we had free time / snack bar / merch. So you can get your merch, you can go to the little snack bar, and it's just free time. You can walk around, talk to people. I believe the first night I took a shower and I went to sleep because I was just so tired. And also it was kind of cold the first 2 days. So I'm like, look, I already get tired around 9 o'clock. I'm about to hit the hay. Okay, y'all can go up and stay up. When I tell y'all, a lot of people was outside. We gonna go to sleep. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. The cabin, nice, clean. We had our beds. I was very determined to get a bottom bunk, which I did end up getting, which I'm so grateful for because I don't know, I just kind of wanted just the bottom bunk. I feel like it's just easier. Let's just get the bottom bunk. So I did end up getting the bottom bunk. And that first day I wrote in my journal because I was just like, y'all, this is wild. That was day 1. Going into day 2, we have breakfast at 8:30. I wouldn't say it was hard to get up, but it was kind of hard to get up. It was so cold that second day. First day and second day, it was kind of cold for me. And honestly, I'm always getting cold. But day 2, it was a little chilly. But we get up for breakfast. I'm not gonna hold you. The food was not bad at all. They had some good soup. They had some good bread. I believe I took a picture of every single meal, but the food was not bad at all. I don't know about other people's summer camp. I can't speak for everybody else, but the camp that I went to, the food was not bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, 9:15, we have a team devotion and leaders meeting. So this is when we go after breakfast, we sit down, we kind of do like a devotional in the Bible, and then they talk about the activities because this summer camp we had different teams. So our team color was black, so we all had to wear like different black things, and we would have like, basically it was activities for us to win within the other church teams. When 10:15 came around, we have lab 1. At 11:15 we have lab 2. These labs were absolutely amazing. Basically you can pick 2 places where you can go to learn about different things. The ones that I picked were evangelism, and I picked how to follow God and how to create content with God on social media. So those are the 2 I went to. There was other ones. The only other one that I remember was the defense of the dark arts, which kind of talked about, you know, how to deal with, you know, demons, demonic things, and how to, you know, overcome that type of stuff and pray for people and different things like that. But the 2 that I went to, absolutely amazing. I have gotten so much insight. When I tell you this journal that I had picked up at Walmart, y'all, this thing was getting filled up. When I tell you, that stuff was amazing. I learned so much during that time. It was you guys, when I tell you, I'm just so excited because this was literally the best experience that I've ever done in my life. But let's continue. So after lab 2, we had our lunch. But before we go into lunch, I just want to say, during this time, not gonna lie, I was a little bit alone because all the other girls were going to other things, all my friends were going to different sites, but I feel like I still felt alone during day 2, and I kind of felt like it was just me and God, which is a beautiful thing to experience. But I feel like God was so intentional even with me going those places alone, because God wanted me to experience those things alone. No distractions, just God. Okay, sorry guys, my camera cut off, but now we're getting into lunchtime. Lunchtime was good. Everybody just gets close to the cafeteria. It kind of be a little close. It'd be a little close. We go in, we get our trays, and we go down the whole kind of like buffet cafeteria, you know, school cafeteria vibes. Go down, get your food. They had some good food, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the food was kind of questionable, like do not get the breakfast eggs. That's not something I was going to get anyway, but don't get the eggs. Sausage, bacon they had. I stay away from meat just in general, so I didn't try that stuff, but I know some of the girls did. But no, I honestly like, kudos to all of the staff and all of the lunch people, because they did a great job with providing food that was healthy, good. They had like yogurts, like Yo Plate. After lunch we had rec, which is basically basically like the games, the activities. I mean, when I tell you, it was just giving fun. I don't know why I didn't participate in any of the games, but it was nice. Day 3, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in one of these games. I get up there and hear like, oh, sorry, we have enough people. I was like, yo, I was a little embarrassed, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, dang, I wanted to at least get into one of the games, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get to day 3. But day 2, rest of day 2, after rec, we had free time and the snack bar. Also, during free time, they have like a rock climbing. They also have zip lining, which I'm so sad, you guys. I was not able to go on the zip line because 2 of the days where I tried to do it, I would get up to the front of the line and they would be like, oh, it's 10 minutes left. We're only taking 2 more people. And we had like 4 people in front of us. Y'all, it was tragic. It's tragic, but it was okay because I had so much other fun. But when I tell you, I was kind of sad about that zip line. I was a little sad. And then after free time and snack bar, we have dinner on the second day. We have dinner at 5:00, okay? Dinner was good. It was really crazy because during each of the days I would hang out with different people. So all throughout the camp I was meeting people, meeting beautiful, amazing girls. When I tell you, everybody was so beautiful, like wow. I don't know, because I haven't been to school in so long, like public school, so being able to see like people and different skin colors and different unique people, it was just beautiful to see in itself. After dinner we had senior hangout, which I was kind of scared to go to, but I ended up going. Senior hangout is basically for all the seniors and all the people who have graduated. You sit in this room where I believe one of the pastors had came and they were just talking about this Bible college and different things that you can do after high school. And it was just nice to see a lot of people my age in one room, people that are all experiencing, you know, what to do after high school. Like, what are we doing? Are we going to college? Are we, you know, getting into ministry? And it was just nice. It was a nice experience in there. After senior hangout, we had service at 6:30, and then we had cabin time. Again, cabin time just eats down every single 20, okay? After cabin time, free time, snack bar, you know, merch, all that good stuff. I don't know why I didn't get any merch. That was kind of stupid of me. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really should have got some, but I feel like it was like selling out so fast, so I was just like, there's no point. When even when the expectations came down to merch, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like some little rinky-dink look. Like, everything was so intentional, everything was so thought out. Even the merch was beautiful. Like, God did his big one with this, okay? 12 o'clock in cabins, and then 12:30 we have to have our lights out. When I tell you, I think it was the second or third day, there was a bear outside of our cabin, you guys. An actual real life big grizzly bear outside of our cabin. So they were like, you guys need to stay in, don't be trying to sneak out. Also, oh my gosh, I'm like forgetting stuff, but also they also had a code, which is code purple. No code purple. No code purple means blue and pink make purple. So boys and girls don't be mixing. We have separate cabins, separate bathrooms, all that good stuff. My pastor was like, don't be out here in the woods by yourselves talking about you was praying for her out in the woods. Don't be lying, because you're gonna get in trouble. And that was a really good thing, because you know, they made sure that it was nothing crazy going on, which I don't know why you would want to do anything crazy at Christian camp. That's none of my business. That's none of my business at all. But yes, it was just really tell you, everything was so intentional. We're gonna get into the little details, but let's finish this schedule and then we're gonna go into the small details that I did have. Okay, day 3, y'all, everybody was extremely sad, because this was basically our last day, because day 4 we basically had breakfast, service, and we headed home. But day 3 we had breakfast at 8:30, and when I tell you, I had so much fun that it didn't even feel like 3-4 days. It felt like we literally just got there. Like, so day 3 we were all kind of like, everybody was kind of sad, like, everybody was feeling it. We had our 9:15 team devotion meeting, plus, you know, for the games. Then we had 10:15 we had service with a guest speaker, did a great job. And then we had lunch at 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock we had rec. 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock we had free time, snack bar, all that good stuff. And then 5 o'clock we had dinner. So during the 3rd day, which is basically the last day, you bring one outfit that is like a dressier outfit. So we all got dressed for dinner, and we were just all looking so girly, so cute, so formal, and we were just taking pictures and just having a good time, because this was basically the last official day. Y'all, last day, late night worship in this beautiful like area in the woods. When I absolutely tell you, that was beautiful. No words. I'm standing there in the front of the stage worshiping God, and when I tell you, I was not crying, I was so happy. That was the happiest that I've ever been in my entire life. It wasn't even happiness, it was straight joy. It was joy to be in God's presence for these 3 days. It was joy to just worship God and to not think about anything else. People that have came from all different areas of life. There was people from Las Vegas, people everywhere. And now that I'm done with the scheduling of the camp, I just want to get into like, how did I feel? Everything that went on. God spoke to me so much. God was so intentional. I didn't go there thinking, okay, I'm gonna meet somebody, like meet my person, but I kind of had that in my mind as well. And it was crazy because even God was so intentional with not allowing me to have anybody that I liked there, because it was going to take away from him. When I tell you, going to summer camp changed my life because I was focused on God and I loved God more than I loved anything, more than I wanted anything else in my entire life. I've gotten so much closer to God in that past 3 days than I have in my entire life because I was so intentional with putting him first. I was not on Instagram. I was not on YouTube. I wasn't comparing myself. Okay, sorry guys if the angle changed again. My camera keeps on dying and it is unacceptable because I'm trying to tell my testimony. You see how the camera do? Anyways, you guys, on the last day, mind you, I was sad, and then during service they were like, you know, put your hand up if you're scared of going home, because a reality for me was like, now I'm going back to my mundane life. I'm going back to my siblings arguing. I'm going back to this life where it's like I want to be with God all of the time. I had to trust that God was going to bring me through, because when I got home, I went in my walk-in closet and I cried. I cried out to God with my full heart and said, I can't do this without you. I was like, God, I don't want to be here. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. And it wasn't out of any, you know, suicidal thoughts. It was just like, God, I want to go to heaven. I want to be with you all the time. I want to be able to worship you and not worry about anything in this world. And I feel like God was just holding my hand. It just felt like I was crying out into God's lap, and God was just like, I know, but you have to stay here. You have to stay in the world. You have to lead my people closer to me. And I was just like, I know this is what I have to do. I want to read you guys the message that I sent a woman that I had met at church camp. I said, hi, thank you for being so loving and helping me to have an incredible summer camp experience. I don't know, I feel like after leaving the mountain, it's like I'm grieving. I asked God, so my life just goes back to the normal, mundane, and dare I say depressing season of my life. I've learned so much and I've gotten closer to God than I ever have, but I found myself crying to God, almost mad that God allowed me to feel such a beautiful experience just to take it away. It was like experiencing heaven and then having to go back down to the world. I didn't get a chance to talk to you at camp, but I also feel a sense of loneliness as I am reaching adulthood and graduated. I don't know what to do with my life, and it's such a hard place to be in. I know you may not have a set answer for this, but I just want to share and kind of seek direction from this point forward. That is how I felt. In all transparency, vulnerability, that is how I felt. I felt like this is what heaven is about. I mean, we're just up there worshiping God, making connections, friendships, and just loving the Lord. Loving on the Lord and God loving on us. And the way that I felt was like, now I gotta go back home. Like, and it just felt like, you know, because even just during the time that I was up there, I didn't miss my family. I didn't feel like, oh, I want to go back home. It felt like this is exactly what I needed. It didn't feel like a vacation, but it felt like this is what my soul needed. I needed God in those 3-4 days. I didn't need my family, and not to say that they're not important or that I don't ever need them, but I needed God, and I needed to be around like-minded people. I needed to feel freedom, and it was just an experience that I will never forget, and something that will push me forward. You know, after going to youth church, I think like a Wednesday after that, something that someone had said was like, it was being in God's presence, not the environment. You know, if I go back up to that mountain, I might not feel the same way that I felt that time that I had went, because it's not about an environment, it's about just being in God's presence. That was something that really spoke to me. And so I'm hoping that I touched on everything that I wanted to touch on. There are some questions, a few questions that I wanted to get out of the way before we end this beautiful video off. One of the questions being, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did this summer camp impact your relationship with the Lord? When I tell you, my faith went from a mustard seed to a mountain now, because I feel like this experience has helped me get closer to God than I have ever gotten in my entire life. I mean, from the worship to people speaking life into me, to friendships and community and connections and opportunities. I was thinking about this the other day. This was the jump starts. This was the stepping stone that I needed to take in my life to get me to every other opportunity and life decision in my life. And I truly believe that God was so intentional with putting me there. Even the last day, the pastor was saying, like, all of the people that are here in this room, God placed every single person in this room for a purpose, for a reason, and you will never be in this place again, all of you guys, at this certain time in your life. So it was so God-led and so intentional. And then another question is, how have you stayed close to God after leaving camp? And when I tell you, that was hard for me, because now I'm like, okay, now I'm going back to this life. I had to change my mindset, because my mindset was, I don't really want to be here, so I'm kind of just going to do the bare minimum because I don't want to be here. But I do think that I've changed so much. Even my mindset is now, I'm doing everything for the glory of the Lord, even if it's just doing the dishes and getting upset because I come out of my room and there's so many dishes in the sink. It's like, I'm doing this for God. I'm not doing this for my family. I'm doing this for God, and everything is to bring glory to the Lord, even in the smallest life things that you just have to go through in life. Another question, what surprised you most about yourself during camp? And me personally, I think it's just the way that I got so like open. I feel like I was still a little shy, but I just feel like even like during worship, I'm jumping up and down. I'm like, yeah, the Lord is good, because I don't know, I just felt more free to be my authentic self. A big thing is just like being in a Black culture, you feel like you have to act a certain way. Like there's people in Black culture that will say, because you talk this way, because you act this way, you're not quote unquote Black, or you're not like us, you're whitewashed. And there's so many disrespectful things in culture, in my personal Black culture, that I want to step away from, because yes, I am a brown skinned girl, but I am a woman of God. And that is the most important before any of that other stuff. So I feel like I had to step away from culture to be my authentic self and be the woman of God that God wants me to be. That's a whole video in itself, but that's like I guess that's all that I want to talk about today. My testimony and how summer camp truly changed my life. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was the most impactful for you guys. If anybody is going to a faith-based church, pray to God, ask God that if he wants you to do it afraid, do it scared, do it if you feel like you're about to pee on yourself when you're signing those papers and you're getting ready to go. It was the best thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life, and I would do it again over and over again. I'm telling you, like, with my whole heart, if I could stop time and just live in those 3-4 days, I would have stopped time. I would have stayed there probably forever. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I feel like it is the most helpful thing that you can go through, especially as someone that is young. If you are young, go and pray that you have a beautiful experience, because I know this is not an experience that not everybody has, but pray, ask God, and I promise you, like, if it's what God has for you, it will absolutely change the trajectory of your life. I hope you guys enjoyed. Join me next week on Friday or Sunday for a new upload. I love you guys so much. Know that I love you, God loves you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.